The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Good evening. Colonel, I got a question for you, and then I have a comment. The question is there any plans for where people will be lodging and staying? Because that's an awful lot of people on the Beltway.
This is Carl, and I have to interject that's the reason I never participated in any of these demonstrations in D.C., is I'm a practical guy, and I always want to know where I'm going to sleep.
We will help with identifying locations either to camp or get a motel, but this is not going to be a catered event. It's going to be up to each individual to take care of themselves. There's no way we can take care that you can have any kind of an organization that's going to take care of 10 million people.
Well, the thing that I was looking at, and I understand that, and I don't think anybody expects anybody to give them a free room and board out there, but that horde of people around the Beltway, there is no way that hotels and motels can accommodate those type of people, that many. I do have a comment that might help.
Okay.
If you have patriots around the Beltway, there's a lot of farmland there. It's sort of like a Woodstock thing where people can leave Oklahoma or Texas in a motorhome, rent a motorhome. You got 11 guys in there, and a farmer says, "Hey, come on, you can park it on the farm here, and we can sneak into town every day." That might be helpful.
Very good point.
I think a lot of people will be in a state of mind that if you have no place to go to the bathroom and you have no place to stay, and you're going to show up there, they need to know, and a lot of people don't understand what's going on around the Beltway and how congested that becomes. And you just can't camp out there. You can't bring your tent and pitch it on the lawn, and that wouldn't work out too well. That's something that... Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, those are good points. In fact, we've already had some people that have volunteered just ground for campers, and we're locating the campgrounds, on the outskirts of Virginia, of Maryland. I mean, the outskirts of D.C., both in Virginia and Maryland. Given those spaces, given the motels, the hotels, many people they're bringing their backpacks and their sleeping bags, and they're going to find a place and sleep. And in their backpacks, they're going to have water and some dried food that'll see them through the day. They'll find a place to sleep at night, and they'll come back the next day. We can't, solve each and every individual issue, but we will do everything possible to do basically what you said, to locate all the options that are available, and it can be from say, down toward Manassas, out toward Winchester, up north toward Baltimore, up in that area, and people drive in during the day. So you're right. It's going to be tight, but that's exactly what we need. We've got to have such a massive crowd of patriots that we will have the impact that we need, that these politicians up there, they know what we've been saying for 5 years. They know that. They understand what they're doing to us out here, but they don't care. They've totally forgotten about us. So therefore, we will make them understand.
I'd just like to interject here. Anybody that thinks this is like going to be a vacation or a luxury, resort, that's not the purpose of this meet. The purpose of this is to stand tall, stand our ground. We own that ground that we're going to be standing on. If you got to pinch a tent, pitch it. Did the bunch of young kids that did all the demonstrations and stayed on the streets for weeks, did they care if they had a hotel bed to sleep in? No. They stood there for a purpose. That's what our purpose is. We have a goal, and we have to achieve that goal at all costs of luxuries and toilets and food. Supply yourself. You have survival food. You can get survival food. You are there for a purpose, and that purpose, no matter how uncomfortable it is for us, we can't lose sight of that purpose.
Well said. Well said, exactly. We do own that city. Basically, we don't need permits to go to D.C. to visit D.C. We're citizens. We can go to D.C. anytime we want to. We're not going up there as part of some 501c3 or 501c4 organization. We're going up there as we the people, citizens who have grievances and demands, and we're exercising our First Amendment right of free speech and free assembly. And it's going to be a little, like Ann said, it may not be quite as comfortable as we would like. But the thing is, our nation, the longevity of our nation is at stake. We're sliding into the abyss. It can't go on like this. The economics of the thing, we're going to crash and burn. Now, will we last till May the 16th? Some people don't think we will, that there's going to be a tremendous economic collapse. But we can't gather 10 or 15 million people overnight. We're working toward that. We're going to get up there, and we're going to do it.
The economic
collapse.
collapse.
America is ready.
Carl, the economic collapse is gradual.
Well, it's moving rapidly currently. It is moving very rapidly.
Now we're down to $75 billion a month being created. Formerly, up until 2 months ago, it was $85 billion fictitious dollars, fiat currency, being created a month. And we'll end up broke, but we might not feel it tomorrow. We'll just feel it gradually as the price of gas goes up, the price of food goes up, price of transportation to and from work goes up. That's the way this economic. It's not going to be the Weimar Republic overnight. It's going to be all of us just falling down into lower and lower castes. I heard today that 85 people in the world own 50% or 46% of the world's wealth. That's an amazing number.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on.
A lot of them are in Congress.
What's
a lot of those people that own that percentage of wealth are our congressional members. They're getting richer and richer by the day off our backs. I don't know if any of you know this, but China already owns our debt and already owns massive properties in our country. Here in Toledo, Ohio, they just bought the whole riverfront. I mean, people need to wake up. This isn't just, a conspiracy theory. This is real. This is happening, and you've got to wake up. I don't care about your comfort. Be there in D.C. May 16th. Fight for your country. These men on this phone have served our country once, and they continue to serve it. The commander was in the service for 34 years, and all he's asking you to do is maybe a week out of your life. Come on, people. Get on board. We have to save our country. No one's going to do it for us.
Let me make a couple of points about how we the people can help. They can go to our website. We've got a tab at the top of the page where you can click on it and get flyers that you can print up and pass out in the community to organizations in the community. And again, Facebook and Twitter are essential. And I must stress, too, as our mission clearly states, that we're going to Washington, D.C. as a peaceful group, no guns, nonviolent. We're going up there to exercise our constitutional rights, presenting grievances and demands. Now, can we control every single individual? No, we can't control an individual any more than we can control someone who we say, be careful when you're driving. If they don't, they may crash. someone may come in there with a weapon. We don't know. We can't control that. We're saying we have nothing to do with that. We've already got the commitment of 1.8 million militia members across the nation who are going to be there. They have issued their rules of engagement, and that basically mirrors exactly what I just said. No guns, no violence, obey every legal law that there is. We're peaceful. That doesn't mean we don't protect ourselves if there are people that want to attempt to harm us. But we will not be up there armed. So we don't know what the government's going to do. But it's not the government, I'm sorry about that. It's the people who are leading it. Our government is fine. Our founding fathers gave us a structure that's worked great for 230 years or more. But when you get illegals, when you get criminals in the government, when you get Muslim Brotherhood people in the White House, we've got a problem, folks. And it's not going to get any better unless we take things into our own hands, rise up, revolt in a peaceful way, making a case that we've had all we can stand, enough is enough, and we're going to demand these changes that we need.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.